What is up, you guys? Thank y'all so much for tuning in. So this is probably my biggest review today. It's also my first comparison review. I have the 2018 Toyota Camry, the 2018 Mazda 6 Turbo, and the 2018 Honda Accord. Now, most importantly, I wanted this comparison to be as accurate as possible. I got them all in the same color, and they are all top trim. So this is the XSE trim with the V6. This is the Mazda 6 Signature, and this is the Honda Accord 2.0T Touring. So my goal is to make this the most accurate three-way comparison review that you guys have ever seen on these three cars. Also, if you like this video, be sure to give me a huge thumbs up at the end of it. It really helps me to keep doing more reviews for you guys. I get new cars to review every single week. Also, if you like cars, subscribe below. You can click below, hit that notification bell, that way you're uploaded every time I get new cars. All right, so this is going to be my longest video to date, so I do want to say to you guys, just bear with me. Definitely watch it all the way through. There's a lot of good information in here, and of course at the end I'm going to crown a winner, a second place runner-up, and a bronze third place medalist. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so coming to the 2018 Camry XSE V6, priced at $38,230. This is the Ruby Flare paint coat. It is going to be the darkest red out of the three. It's got a really good look to it. The Camry also has the most aggressive lines out of the three. Now, the front end of the Camry isn't my favorite. It kind of has sort of like a bird's beak kind of look to it, but I will say it does look sporty, it does look aggressive. I do like the wheels as well, really, really sharp. The character lines on the side of the car are incredible, especially as you get towards the back of the car. You've got those nice slats. The rear end of this car is my favorite out of the three, and then of course you have those quad exhaust tips, and we'll go ahead and listen to those. All right, so getting into the Toyota Camry, here is the key for the Camry. You have your lock, your unlock, your trunk release, your panic button, Camry logo on the back. Pretty decent key, a little bit plasticky, no big deal. You can either unlock the car with a key, or you do have a keyless entry system on the door. There's a little pattern right there. You're gonna put your thumb on top of that. That's gonna lock it. And there's a touchpad right behind here. You put your hand there, that'll unlock it. Now, one thing I do want to point out, these doors sound so tin canny. Just listen to this. They just don't sound very quality at all. All right, so starting at the door, you have a really big door. It's almost coupe-like, very, very large. You do have a little bit of soft touch leather right here, which feels very nice. Soft touch here with some white stitching. Now you do have a chrome piece that's gonna run all right there. Very reminiscent of what you get in the Mazda 6. Nice door handle right there. Okay amount of storage space. I actually would have expected more. You have this thin piece here, which you can't really fit anything in there. And then the actual storage pocket itself is very, very narrow. Hard plastic here. Mirror controls, door locks, window controls. Camry branded formats. Pedals. Power seats, though you don't have memory seats available on the Toyota Camry. The leather quality is pretty good. Perforations here in the middle. And as you go up, you got some contrast stitching, a little bit of ultra suede right there. Go ahead and hop in and check out the rest of the car. All right, so shutting the door on the Camry. Sounds pretty okay. Not the best sound, but here's a look at the interior. And of course it says push start, so you just put your foot in the brake and you're gonna push this button here to start it. Very nice. All right, so we'll start with the steering wheel. Very nice steering wheel. It's pretty thick, which I do like that a lot. It's got a nice grip to it. These buttons are going to control the screen right there. Your back button your phone commands, volume, voice commands. Over here are your cruise control settings. So you have adaptive cruise, lane keep assist, previous, next, all of your standard cruise control stuff. Now you have paddles back here in the back, but they are just so plasticky. They literally feel like a game console. It's pretty bad. Automatic headlights over here. Of course, you do have automatic intermittent wipers. Now, as far as the gauge cluster, it's pretty simple. You've got your tachometer to the left, your speedometer over to the right, and then right in the middle is all of your controls, which you can go through and adjust multiple settings. Very easy to use. I do like the simplicity of this system a lot. Now, coming up, you do have a heads-up display. For whatever reason, it's very dim, so it's kind of hard to see. There it is right there. You've got some extra buttons located right over here. So you're going to have this button, which when you push that, it's going to pop up a 360 camera view, which is one of the weirdest 360 camera views I think I've ever seen on any car. Very interesting, but it's really unique. And if you hit this one, it literally gives you kind of like a first-gen look around your vehicle, just like that. So, pretty nifty feature. Now, you do have your trunk release, your gas cap release, your traction control, your automatic high beams, a little bit of leather here, soft touch material all up here, speaker for your UBL sound system. And I do really like the design of this dash right here. It's very nice. I like this line that kind of goes here and then it sort of folds up where you can see this kind of textured material right there, which looks really nice. More soft touch leather here, white stitching. It's got this nice sparkle in the black right there, which looks really neat. Now the system, it's very easy to use, very easy to use. Of course, you don't have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, or anything like that available. Power, volume knob, tune knob, so I do like how you have physical knobs for a few things. Your climate control, so you do have dual zone climate control. Now coming down here, you are going to have a wireless charging pad. And if you push that back, you've got tons of storage right below there, if you guys can see that. You do have a USB and an auxiliary here, 12 volt right under there. This is a very nice shifter. It's very solid, got a real nice feel to it. Really solid feeling. Put that into reverse, and you have your backup camera that comes up. Your guidance lines do turn with the steering wheel. And if I push this button right here, it's gonna show me different field of views and things like that, which is really nice. And now, put that back in park. Your cup holders are nice. They're sort of out of the way, which is a really neat feature. I like how they're just really not in the way of anything. Now coming down here, you do have different driving modes. So you have your eco, normal, and sport mode. Automatic hold, so when you're at a stoplight, you just push the brake in a little bit further. It'll hold the brake for you until you tap the accelerator, and then it'll go for you. Electronic parking brake. Now you just have heated seats. You don't have cooled seats in the Camry. Large armrest. Lift that up, you've got a really good amount of storage space in here. Very deep. You have two USB ports right there. Coming up, you do have an auto dimming mirror with your home link located right here at the bottom, if you guys can see that. You do have LED lighting in the Camry. Now you do have a panoramic moonroof. This is the only vehicle in the class that has a pano. Very nice. I will say the only downside to it is that it doesn't really have a lot of tinting. So here in Texas where I live, it's like 93 degrees today, and it's just like a greenhouse in here. It's just keeping in so much heat. But of course you are going to press that, hold it to open it. All your basic commands. It's really hot today, so I'm not going to open it. Of course, your glove compartment right down here. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the front seat, you guys. We'll go ahead and hop in the back and check out the room. All right, guys, so coming to the back seat of the Toyota Camry, I've got a really good amount of room. The back seat, though, does sit sort of upright, so you do have a real upright seating position. Not a ton of room where my head is, so I'm 6 feet tall. I probably have 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches of leg room. The knee space is pretty decent. These seats don't have any kind of an indent or cutout, so that way you don't get that extra space. Mat pockets behind each seat. The feet room is really good, so my feet can slide underneath very easily. The armrest is nice, it's very softly padded, though you don't have any kind of heated seats, USB, or anything like that back here, just 2 cup holders, and then you have your 2 vents as well. LED lighting back here as well, and then of course all your tethers and then your hooks and everything like that. So let's go ahead and check out the trunk. All right, so the trunk of the Toyota Camry, your button's gonna be right over here, sort of under the Y. You're gonna push right there, it's gonna open it. Got a really good amount of space in here. 60-40 split on the seats. You do have tabs here, you can pull those tabs, and that's gonna fold down the seats. You have one on each side. Now at the bottom, you have a nifty feature here. So this, you can lift that up, and then you can hook it right on the top right there on the weather stripping, and that'll hold that up so you can access your spare, which is right under here. So you can kind of see the spare right there. And you also have hooks over here off on each side. That way if you have groceries, you can put your bags on there, they won't fly around. All right, let's check under the hood. All right, so under the hood of the Camry, this is the only V6 in the class. It's a 3.5 liter V6. It's direct and port injected, and it is going to make 301 horsepower, 267 pound-feet of torque. That 301 horsepower is available right around 6,500 RPMs. So you do got to rev it out a little bit more, but you have a lot of top-end power in this car as opposed to the other vehicles in the competition. You guys already saw the fuel figures, so let's go ahead and check out the Mazda 6. All right, next up is the 2018 Mazda 6 Signature, priced at $36,235. This is the Soul Red Crystal paint color. It is the most vibrant, the best red out of the 3. It has such a contrast to it. It accentuates all the lines. The new front end for 2018 looks fantastic. It's got that big, nice, sort of in-your-face grille. The front end of this car is definitely my favorite out of the 3. The wheels on here could be a little bit better. I wish they were the machined wheels like the other 2 competitors. The lines are very elegant, very simple, and then the back end is really nice as well. So let's go ahead and listen to the exhaust. Alright, so getting into the Mazda 6 is pretty simple. Here is your standard key for the Mazda. You have your lock, your unlock, your trunk release, your panic button. You have a tab on the back. You pull that, key will come out. So if the battery on this dies, if the battery on the car dies, you can still get into your vehicle. So I can unlock it with the key, or you do have a button on the door that if you hit that button, 1 beep means it's locked, 2 beeps means it's unlocked. And now I will say, sort of like the Toyota, but though not as bad, you do sort of have a little bit of a tinny feel to it, just a little bit. It's not anything too crazy like the Honda, or like the Toyota, my apologies. So coming to the door, you have a really nice use of material. So you've got your door bins down here, which are a little bit bigger. You have your Bose sound system, so this does have the upgraded premium Bose sound system. You have this beautiful brown leather, which is really supple, really soft. You have ultra suede all right here, so this whole part is going to be ultra suede, very smooth. Piano black, great, but you can see here it does have a little bit of dust. Window controls, door mirrors, door locks. Really thick, solid door handle right there. Really thick chrome piece, as you guys can see, looks almost exactly like the Toyota Camry. You have the Senwood here, which is real wood, and it looks really nice. Soft touch up here. Got this really thick extension right here, which looks really neat. And then you have a speaker here as well. So coming down, you do have your pedals. You do have mats in here, though the dealership still has those at the dealership. You do have memory seats. So the Camry did not have memory seats, but you do have memory seats here. You have really nice aluminum switch gear, which looks beautiful, and this gloss black trim around that. Now you do have Napa leather seats, so the quality on these seats is just outstanding. It's real supple, real soft. You have your perforations all through the middle. New seat design, and coming up, you have a little, kind of like a silver chrome accent right there, which looks really neat. Beautiful, beautiful leather. Go ahead and hop in, check out the rest. All right, so shutting the door on the Mazda 6. Really solid thunk. Oh, even when you open it. All right, let's listen to that one more time. Really solid thunk, and then very nice. And while I'm at it, check out this vent. It is just so detailed. It is really beautiful. We'll go ahead and shut this again. Give you guys a quick look at the inside. All right, you do have push start. Your button's gonna be up there. Foot on the brake. You're gonna push that to start. Now you do have the LCD gauge cluster on this one, which I didn't have on the last Mazda 6 that I reviewed. So let's go ahead and jump straight into that, shall we? So really neat. You push the info button on the steering wheel and it really just takes you through all of this right here. Even when you turn the car off, it has this really neat kind of thing right there. Turn it back on. Pretty cool. I really like it a lot. Very simple. There's really not much else. Over to the side, you have your fuel. Over here, you have an MPG monitor, basically. Your revs, and then of course your fuel, and so you have two areas for fuel and your water temperature. Now coming to the steering wheel, really nice steering wheel, though not quite as thick as the Camrys. It does have really nice stitching. So you have stitching on the outside of your stitching. So you have the stitching in the middle, and you have the stitching on the outside, which is specific to the signature trim. You got this really nice kind of chrome piece right here. The leather quality is outstanding, probably the best out of the three. It's very supple, really, really rich feeling leather. All of your cruise control settings over here, you do have adaptive cruise control. And of course, all of your Bluetooth and info settings over here. You do have automatic headlights, automatic wipers. Now you do have paddles. They don't sound as plasticky as the Camry, but they are plasticky paddles. Now coming over here to the left, you do have your traction control button, your lane keep assist. You do have a view button, so you do have a 360-degree camera. So if I hit that view button, it's going to pop up your 360-degree camera, which has probably, if I'm being super honest, the worst resolution I've ever seen. The resolution just could be a lot better. You know, you can really go here and fix all the tint and the contrast, but it really won't fix the pixelation that you get with that. Though the camera does work really well. Parking sensors, you do have your trunk release, and then right down there you have your gas and then your hood release. Coming up, you have more ultra suede, so you guys can see how this ultra suede just kind of comes here, folds right into there. You've got that beautiful vent, leather right up here, soft touch right up here on the dash. You do have a heads-up display, so if you guys can see that floating over there, got your heads-up display, which is really nice. The screen is a little bit bigger in here, a little bit bigger screen. Leather right here, soft touch here, more of the Japanese Senwood coming right in there, if you guys can see that. Got an aluminum piece running all straight through the middle. It's a really simplistic interior, but just the little details, like how it folds all the way into the other vent, it's just a really nice touch. Coming down, I love the look of these HVAC controls. So you have dual zone climate control, of course. Heated steering wheel, which the Camry does not have. Heated seats and cooled seats, which the Camry also does not have. Now the cooled seats on here, however, work a lot differently. They suck the hot air off of you as opposed to blowing cold air onto you. And I must say, they work incredibly well. I'm out here in Texas. It's like 92 degrees right now, and they've been on for less than 5 seconds, and I already feel them working. Honest. Like, you guys can go out and try for yourself. They work so fast. I love the fact that they did that. Such a genius design. Now you do have storage space down here. You don't have a wireless charging pad like the Camry, so that is one thing I wish they would have implemented down here, but it is a little bit too small to fit a wireless charging pad in there. The center console is very simplistic, so you have your shifter, throw it into reverse. Your backup camera comes up, which once again, I'll show you guys there. It kind of looks blurry, but the lines don't turn with the steering wheel, so if you turn your steering wheel, the lines won't turn with it, which is one thing I wish it did. Do love the shifter though. You got leather here, leather boot, aluminum all right there, very nice. Your sport button, you also have gloss black all around that. Your controls, all of your controls here to control the screen. It's really intuitive, I really like it a lot. Electronic parking brake, auto hold, so once again, put your foot in the brake, tap the gas when you're ready to go. Leather all along here, so if you guys can see this, it just looks really nice. And I'm 6 feet tall, so my knees rest against this, and it's a nice, comfortable position. One thing I don't like are the cup holders. It looks nice, but you can't really fit a larger drink in here. Now, a lot of people will say that's an American thing, but I am an American. I'm doing an American car review, and I live in America, so I want a car that can fit my American-sized drink. And then right back here, you have little storage space. Not too big. I've got a GoPro in there and it's already filled up. You do have a 12 volt there, SD, 2 USBs, and an auxiliary. Plus for this car though, Mazda has confirmed you are getting Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so it does have that up on the Camry. Even this right here is nice and solid with kind of a felt lining right in there, which is just the little details that no one would really look at or care about, they pay attention to. Frameless mirror, which looks gorgeous. Right underneath there, you are going to have your home link. Another detail, you do have a little chrome bit right here where your sunglass holder is. LED lighting. Moonroof, you don't have a pano or anything like that. Alright, let's go ahead and check out the back seat room, guys. One thing I want to point out, I forgot to put this in, but the windows on here are double paned windows. If you guys can see there's 2 panes of windows, so it's really, really thick. It makes this car very, very quiet. Alright, so coming to the back seat of the Mazda 6 Signature, I have what feels like the same amount of room back here as I do in the Camry. The only thing I don't have is more shoulder room, so the Camry feels wider. The seats are great. They sit about as upright as the Camry seats do. But one cool thing is I just noticed you have little chrome strips back here behind the seats, which is just a really cool detail. You've got chrome around the vents, a little bit of piano black right there. The armrest is going to house your heated seats for the back, and then you lift up the middle and you're going to have 2 hidden USB ports right in there. So the rear passengers are taken care of very well. You even have the same ultra suede, Senwood, and just the same details that you have in the front seat. That all carries over into the back seat. Of course, you have your tethers, your hooks, all your basic stuff. The seats are very comfortable. I feel like they actually sort of hug you a little bit more, but definitely a very nice back seat. Let's go ahead and check out the trunk. All right, coming to the trunk of the Mazda 6, there's a button located right under here. I'll push that. I'll open it up for you. Got the mats back here. You have a little cubby right over here. Another shallow cubby over there. 60/40 split seats. And of course the same tabs to the left and to the right. Right and to the left. You lift this up, you're going to have your spare right underneath there. That's pretty much it for the trunk, guys. Let's go ahead and check out underneath the hood. All right, under the hood of the Mazda 6, you have a 2.5 liter turbocharged Sky Active motor. This is going to make 27 horsepower on regular fuel, but this one does have premium fuel in it. So this is going to make 250 horsepower, and in both applications you still make the same 310 pound-feet of torque, which is the highest torque number in its class. It's a very, very good motor. Once again, you guys already saw the fuel economy specs, so let's go ahead and check out the Honda Accord. All right, the 2018 Honda Accord Touring 2.0T is priced at $36,690. This is the Radiant Red Metallic, which is the most shimmery red out of the 3. I really enjoy the lines on the Accord. I think it looks really good. Now the front end isn't my favorite front end. That's gonna have to go to the Mazda, but it falls right in between the Mazda and the Camry for me personally. I don't really like that chrome bar up top. I like the sport version better where you can get it kind of like a dark chrome. The wheels on here are really good. They stick out a little far though, so you may worry about curbing them in certain situations. My favorite part, however, is that slanting roof line in the back. It just gives it that four-door coupe-like look. And then once you get to the actual rear end of the car, it's just very, very simple. The tail lamps are simple, got a very elegant look. But let's go ahead and check out the exhaust. All right, so getting into the Honda Accord is simple. Here is your key for the Honda. You have your lock, your unlock, your trunk release. This is the only one with remote start, your panic button, and then your Honda symbol on the back. Very hefty key. It's got a good feel to it. Now you do have, of course, the keyless entry on the doors. So right above this chrome piece, you put your thumb there. That'll lock it. And then there's a touchpad right behind there. You put your hand right there. That's going to unlock it. Now notice how this door sounds the most solid. Very good quality. All right, so coming to the door, you've got actually really good use of materials over here. So the door pockets are actually smaller than the Mazda, but a little bit bigger than the Toyota. I will say that the Mazda probably has the biggest storage space as far as that is concerned. Your trunk release, you're going to have all your buttons here. You got some kind of cheap plastic right there, more cheap plastic right there. Memory seats, so you do have your memory seats right there. The door handle feels very solid. Now you do have this faux wood here. Now this is the only time I've been okay with faux wood because it literally looks just like the real thing. It looks really, really nice. Chrome strip running into the door handle. Leather padding right here. Leather right there. There's your floor mats, your pedals, all of your power seat controls. Now the leather quality on here is really good. It's nice and thick. Perforations right there in the middle. The seats are contoured pretty nicely. You've got that interesting sort of wedge-shaped headrest. We'll go ahead and hop in and check out the rest. All right, so shutting the door on the Honda Accord. Got a nice little chime that comes on. And opening and shutting this door is, I will say the Mazda sounds a little bit better when you shut it, but this has a really solid just click when you open it. It's like a real satisfying click. Here's a quick look at the inside. All right, so you do have push start. So once again, foot on the brake. Cool details. Foot on the brake, that's going to stay illuminated white, and then when you press it, it's going to turn red. That's really cool. Nice gauge sweep. All right, so let's start off with the steering wheel. This has the best steering wheel out of the three. It's super thick. It's got a nice, solid, just feel to it. It feels like, I think I said this in my review, when I reviewed the 2.0 earlier, it feels like leather-wrapped steel. It's just such a solid steering wheel. You've got some super nice thumb grips right here. Your stitching is really, really nice. Even the paddles are aluminum right here. Feel great. All of your controls here are very easy to use. Everything's placed very nicely. Of course, this is all going to control your media, and this screen, this LCD screen over here to the left, I'll show you that in just a second. And then of course your HUD. So this does have a heads-up display. Very nice heads-up display. I really actually like the position of it. It sits a little bit lower, so it's almost like it's just floating right above the hood. Really nice. So you can control your HUD with this button here, all of your cruise control settings, your adaptive cruise, and you do have a sort of a semi-autonomous pilot assist feature right here, which that is the only car in the class that has that. Of course, you have automatic lights, automatic wipers. Over here, you're going to have a button here which is designated just for your HUD, so you can use that up and down switch to make the HUD go up and down instead of having to go into the screen and flip through different menus. I love that. I love the convenience of that. Right down here, of course, you have your Honda Sensing button right here. You have your traction control, your parking sensors, all your interior illumination, your vents here with this chrome accent going along that. More of that sort of faux wood right there. It looks really nice. Soft touch plastic right up here. All along the top of the dash, soft touch plastic. Right behind your tablet style screen, you have a speaker, and then more soft touch there. I love the way that looks. I don't know, probably the best looking fake wood I've ever seen. Now right here, this is called an NFC, like wireless Bluetooth connection. So if your iPhone 7 up and your Android are compatible, you basically just tap your phone to it and boom, your phone is synced up to the system. You also have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay in here as well. I love the responsiveness on here. It's super responsive, definitely the most responsive out of the three. I love the colors, I love the vibrantness of it. It just feels very high tech. Everything on it looks really nice. The sound system here is pretty good. Your vents, I love the HVAC vents because when you turn it this way, it goes red, turn it that way, it goes blue. Heated and cooled seats. Right down here, you've got a good amount of storage space. And you also have a wireless charging pad right in there. Your USB for your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, 12 volt right under there. I love this setup. A lot of people are sort of controversial about the buttons instead of the traditional gear shifter. I like it. I think it feels very futuristic, very high tech. I like the setup of it. It's very simple, easy to use. I love how the cup holders are out of the way once again. And just the whole area right here is just really open. You have your parking brake, and then right below that, you're going to have your brake hold. So once again, foot on the brake, tap the gas to go. You do have knee pads over here as well. So if you're taller like me, 6 feet tall, and your knees rest against here, you've got some nice soft padding. The armrest is nice. It's really wide, so I can definitely fit 2 arms right there. Now the storage space in here is about the same as the Camry. So the Camry and the Honda both have the best storage space, hands down. But you do have a little tray in here. You lift it up and you have, well, you have my wallet. And then you have a USB to 12 volt right under there. And coming over here, you are going to have a nice, good amount of storage there. Frameless mirror design with your home link located right underneath there. Regular lighting in here. Sunglass holder, sunroof. Alright, so back to the screen. So over to the far right, you've got your fuel. Over here, you're going to have your water temperature. This is going to be a physical dial, and over here is going to be your digital one. So if I click that home button, I can flow through a lot of different things right there. I can even go to my TAC, which is really neat because then if I hit my sport buttons right here, your eco and your sport, this is the only one that will actually change the gauge cluster. So if I hit eco, it'll show me eco right there. But the cool part is watch this ring up here. If I hit the sport button, that's going to turn red, and that is also going to change. So I'll do that again for you guys. Love that. And you get your boost pressure right over there, sport on, and of course it changes the whole dynamic of the car. And it's a really, really neat thing. I really like that a lot. I love this gauge setup. It's very simplistic, very, very easy to use. So that's it for the front. We'll go ahead and hop in the back and check out the room, guys. All right, so coming to the back seat of the Honda Accord, I've got a really good amount of room back here. I'd probably say the most room out of the three. You do have mat pockets behind each seat. You do have your vents back here. The armrest, you fold that down. You got a really long armrest with your 2 cup holders, and you do have heated seats in the back located on the door handles for both outboard passengers. The quality is really nice. They feel really, really good. They're nice and plush. They don't hold you in place super well, but I will say it's very spacious. You do have, of course, your grab handles, your hooks, your tethers, all your good stuff. So let's go ahead and check out the trunk. All right, coming to the back of the Honda Accord, your button is located right underneath the H. You hit that. Now this one does have a mat in the back, but you do also have grocery bag hooks in here as well. I do like how they're on the side instead of right up here, just because your groceries go more inside the car. 60-40 split once again. Now you lift this up, and then you lift the other one up, and you are going to have your spare located right underneath there. Go ahead and check out underneath the hood. All right, so under the hood of the Honda Civic, you have a 2-liter turbocharged VTEC motor. This is going to make 252 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque. And this should be a very interesting comparison, especially between this and the Mazda, considering they're both very, very close in horsepower. This has 2 more horsepower. The Mazda makes so much more torque. The Camry makes the same torque as the Honda and the Mazda, but you have a lot more horsepower on the top end. So very interested to see which one is going to be the quickest. All right, you guys, so here are the lights for all the cars at the Mazda 6. Toyota Camry. And Honda Accord. All right, all the turn signals are LED, so LED turn signals on the Mazda. LED turn signals on the Camry. LED turn signals on the Honda. All right, so coming to the back, the Honda is the only one that doesn't have LED turn signals in the back. Camry has LEDs in the back. Mazda has LEDs in the back. Let's check out the insides. All right, so getting to the Mazda 6. You have a little accent light right up here. It's going to kind of shine right in the middle at night. You also have LED lights in the Mazda. All right, hopping into the Toyota Camry. Now the Toyota has the brightest LEDs. You guys can see that they're super bright. You do also have a little bit of LED lights located right under there. That is the only strip of interior illumination right there. That is it. All right, so getting into the Honda. This is my favorite part. When you turn this, it'll turn red and then blue the opposite direction. Pretty neat touch. You do not have LED lights in the Honda, just regular lights. Here are the heads-up displays for each car. You guys can see that. All right, that is it for part 1. Thank you guys so much for watching. I told you this is going to be a very long review, but be sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. YouTube will update you when I upload part 2 on Tuesday, May 29th. I will take the cars on a drive, see which one's the quickest, and crown a winner. But thank you guys so much for watching. Y'all take care. See you on Tuesday.